night in Austin. Welcome to the SEC on ESPN. And for the first time in 2025, the 8th-ranked Longhorns will play under the lights at DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. Also, the last non-conference game for Texas before a brutal SEC schedule begins in 2 weeks. Tonight they host the Bearkats of Sam Houston. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Austin alongside former Big 12 Player of the Year, Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matvick. Torrey Petrie is going to join us in just a little bit. A lot of noise surrounding this 2-1 Texas team, especially quarterback Arch Manning. And with a trip to the Swamp looming in 2 weeks, Texas really needs Manning to play well tonight.
Yeah, and it's safe to say this is sort of a turning point game for Arch Manning this year. He hasn't played well most of the year, a lot of mechanical issues. We have some highlights here to show you. He's got Ryan Wingo right in the middle of the football field, wide open. You can see the sidearm delivery for no good reason at all. And then right here, 4th and 3 in the red zone. You have a sprint out concept. He has clear vision on his receiver. He decides not to pull the trigger. He wants to scramble around, and this is where we've had a little bit of issue, him just sloppily throwing the football up for grabs in the red zone. But it's not all bad, right? There's some good. This is an absolute bullet to Parker Livingston down on the right side for a touchdown against Ohio State. And then he rips a seam ball here to Jack Andrews, his #1 tight end. So it's not all bad for Arch, but he does need a good showing today to get the crowd on his side. He got booed last week, and also to prove to his teammates, hey man, I'm the guy.
You know, there's been a lot of positivity really here around the 40 acres this week. Arch and the Horns had a relaxed, fun week of practice. For more on that, let's go down to Torrey.
Yeah, Clay, Coach Sarkisian said this week that the focus has just been enjoying the game a little bit more. He told his players, we play football, we don't work football. And players certainly said that they had fun in practice. They said Arch is always a swagger guy, but this week he had it in spades. He was talking trash, staring defenders down, and his teammates absolutely loved it. They say that's who Arch is, and that's what we want from him. We want him to have fun and just be him, totally tune out that pressure.
There's Steve Sarkisian, 51 years old. He understands the frustration is high because the standards here in Austin are always high. He told the fans, don't give up on us. Think we're going to be pretty good. Temps were in the 90s all day. Starting to cool off a little bit now, thank goodness. And this is the last true home game until November for Texas. Fans are ready for it. Texas won the toss, and they deferred their options. So Sam Houston's going to start after that fair catch at the 25-yard line. We didn't know who was going to start at quarterback tonight. It was kind of under lock and key. Head coach Phil Longo has decided to start Hunter Watson, dual threat quarterback. Missed the game at Hawaii a couple of weeks ago with a shoulder injury. Made the trip, did not play. He's back under center tonight.
Yeah, the Salina, Texas quarterback is a true dual threat guy. He rushed for 600 yards last year. They're good to have their guy back. Let's see what kind of issues he can create with his legs tonight. That was something they talked to us about.
Already that Texas defense going to work, eating up Watson. And it's Colin Simmons, last year's National Freshman of the Year, getting in for a loss of 3.
And Texas told us they wanted to be more aggressive on defense. They usually don't blitz as much as they possibly want to, but you're going to see Simmons here come in on a TE. It means a tackle goes out first, and the end, Colin Simmons, comes in. He was someone that Texas coaches told us that, hey, he needs to get these stats up. We need to get sacks. He had 9 last year as a freshman.
Well, this Texas defense has been elite. Pete Kwiatkowski, the defensive coordinator, really excited about this bunch. 2nd down and long. And complete to the outside. This is Elijah Green out of the backfield, one of the running backs. And Phil Longo is hoping is going to start to elevate his game. Who's going to make an impact potentially tonight, Chase?
Yeah, look, we got some guys up front. Elijah Green, the running back, he's the leading receiver for Sam Houston State. Then Michael Taff and Grayson Littleton, man, these guys run the secondary back there. Michael Taff is well liked by everyone in the Texas program. And the star, Grayson Littleton, is a true freshman who literally reminds me of Earl Thomas, the way he throws his body around.
Well, Sam Houston last in the country converting 3rd down, 5 for 37. We're going to have to hurry here. Play clock inside of 5. 3rd down and 3. And they're not going to get the snap off.
Delay game, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Just a big mistake right there by Sam Houston State. You're in 3rd and manageable here, and you just don't do enough to get yourself a first down. You have a delay a game. Not the way you want to start going backwards. 3rd and 8. This Texas defense is one of the best in the country. In 3rd down, you're going to see them in this odd package, which means 3 down linemen, and they're spin around guys all in the front. They try to confuse you.
3rd and 3 becomes 3rd and 8, and now another flag. Man, this is going from bad to worse for Sam Houston.
False start, offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
We said that Sam Houston is coming off bye after that long trip out to Hawaii, a 37-20 loss. Their 3rd loss to start the year. Phil Longo, the new head coach, as you mentioned, runs a version of the air raid. He was an offensive coordinator at Ole Miss, UNC, Wisconsin, trying to rebuild a program.
Yeah, they just got to settle in right here. It's a loud Texas crowd. It's their first night game. They're rowdy, Clay.
3rd and 13. Watson feeling some pressure again. He's going to step out of it. You talked about his feet, Chase. And he's going to scamper back over the 30-yard line, a gain of 8, but now 4th down.
Just a really nice job by Texas defensively. They're saying, hey, we're better than you at every position. We're going to come up. We're going to press you. They played man-to-man on 3rd and 13, and there's nowhere to go. You can see they're sort of spying. They don't want you to get rid of them. And in 3rd and 13, right, we talked about 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 3. That gets the first down. 3rd and 13, not so much.
Ryan Niblett back to return. This punt from Curtis Durand, a true freshman out of Australia. Rugby-style kick, end over end. And Niblett is going to field it at the 23. Takes a hit, sheds a tackle. Now comes to the near sideline, and he is going to be ankle tackled short of the 25. All right, so now Arch Manning. And this Texas offense, which has been under scrutiny since the season opening loss at the Shoe, can he find his confidence tonight? That's the big question everybody's looking to find answers to.
Yeah, when he talked to us in the production meeting, he said, hey, we're going to do one play at a time. He's had a great week of practice. He's a lot better runner than you think. So when things have broken down up front with this inexperienced offensive line, he's been able to get out of pressure. They want to see him be more aggressive. I would not be surprised in this first couple plays to see them take a shot down the football field.
Play fake. And Manning does want to throw. Pocket collapses. Ball's tipped up in the air and nearly intercepted. C.J. Johnson, middle linebacker, made a dive for it.
Forward pass, 2nd down.
Well, that's not exactly a play that's going to put this fan base at ease right away.
You're going to see right here, Parker Livingston, he's going to attack the middle of the field right here. He has him wide open. They decide to take a shot down the middle of the field. Arch just doesn't see it, tries to check it down, and gets tipped.
2nd and 10. And now they'll hand it off. And Jared Gibson will get the first carry. Again, the top 2 running backs are out for Texas. Trey Wisner and C.J. Baxter. Baxter suffered a hamstring on the first carry of the game last week. And so we're going to see a lot of Christian Clark, Jared Gibson, and James Simon tonight.
Looks like they're slowing the tempo down right here on 3rd down. They want to get into the right play. They are last play in the SEC in 3rd down percentage at 28%. The execution has not been there.
Here's Manning, has time, floats one, and it is caught. DeAndre Moore, who did not play last week, he's back and he's feeling good. That's a gain of 16.
Nice job right there by Arch Manning. You're going to see DeAndre Moore come running into your screen. Arch sees it. The throw just a little bit low. If you hit him in stride, he's able to maybe take it all the way to the house because there's not another Sam Houston State defender behind him.
First down. Manning's going to keep it himself. And he's going to pick up a handful. Antavius Fish on the tackle. Manning, of course, an excellent rushing quarterback, has all 3 of their rushing touchdowns How do you anticipate him running the football tonight when they're trying to work on the passing game?
He's a big part of their run game. They have to use his legs to be successful tonight.
This is Christian Clark now bouncing it to the outside. That's going to be a first down run into Sam Houston territory. A gain of 9 before Brown brings him down.
Really nice job by Christian Clark. Just an inside zone. He's going to find that ball hole. He's patient. This inexperienced offensive line has struggled at times versus weaker defensive lines when they stunt and they move. Right there, just a huge push up front.
First down. We'll screen here to Christian Clark. Finds some room along the near sideline. Lowers his shoulder at the 33. Iman Allen. His dad Tajay played here at Texas. The corner makes the stop, but that's another 16-yard gain for the Horns.
And a nice little play. Arch Manning's going to go left like he's going to do the sprint out like the first play of the game set up, and they just throw this little cross-body screen. They're trying to get the whole defense to move right. They end up coming back left. Really nice play call there by Coach Sark.
Jared Gibson comes into the game for Texas behind Manning. They fake the handoff to him. Now Manning steps up, throws a rocket downfield, and a penalty flag comes down as Dalen McCutcheon hauls it in. That's another 16-yard gain, and we'll see if this is coming back.
Holding, offense number 62. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains first down.
Yeah, just Connor Robertson right in the middle of your screen. Okay, he's right here. Just the hold right there. You can't have that. Okay, another low pass right there by Arch Manning. He has to step up. A little bit of an issue, right? New center. It's a new quarterback. Only so many starts. Just got to get settled in here early in the game. Take a deep breath. Long game. And they are trying to push the ball down the field like they said.
And you can see the penalties have been an issue for Texas. Cole Hudson, the regular starter at center, injured last week against UTEP, so Robertson doing the snapping. And this is DeAndre Moore again. He's hoping to be a spark for this offense. That's a pickup of 8.
He's their slot guy. He's the leader right here. Okay, just a nice little screen coming back in. They like to get their guys the ball on the perimeter, but he's somebody that they really missed. He's their gadget guy. Get the ball to him extremely fast. Another penalty here.
False start, offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Jason Autry, our white hat tonight. Steve Sarkisian, his team averaging over 8 penalties per game. Not out to a great start so far tonight. So back to the 39-yard line. Manning throws it to a wide open Livingston. Caught on the near sideline by the redshirt freshman. He's been the leading receiver through 3 games. Like the early season chemistry between Manning and Livingston.
And they're roommates together. Look at Arch Manning in rhythm. That's where he is his best. The longer the play develops, the more he struggles with his accuracy. But if he's on time and he's in rhythm like that, where it's 1, 2, 3, take one hitch, let the ball go, he's been extremely accurate.
So that'll make this third and manageable. Third downs have been a struggle point. Third down and 2, and Christian Clark peeking ahead, and it's going to be close. Yeah, he got it. Clark picks up the first down. Third down, missing makeable third downs has been the problem. Last in the SEC. They want to see more third down situations like that, 3rd and 1 or 2.
And last week they actually really struggled in the first half with 3rd and manageable 3rd and 2 to 4 play. They were 1 for 10 in the first half, 2 for 5 on 4th down as well. So good job first down. This is where Arch Manning's legs really come alive in the red zone.
10th play of the drive. Manning going to the end zone. Little contact. And Texas fans want a flag. They're not going to get it. Alonzo Edwards, good coverage on Ryan Wingo.
And Ryan Wingo right here on a slant and go. This is a guy they told us in meetings all week. We have to get this guy more involved. He's a sophomore out of St. Louis, Missouri. He is their most explosive guy. He's 6'2", 214, the red zone target. They've got opportunities this year. Ryan Wingo just hasn't come down with catches on those.
2nd and 10. They keep it on the ground with Jared Gibson. That's a good run. Gibson, the Horns' 3rd leading rusher last year as a true freshman. His role is growing. And so the red zone. Another problem spot for this offense. Last in the SEC in red zone scoring.
Okay, 3rd and 1 right here. You got 2 downs. You're probably going to go for it on 4th down, but they really like to run the football here in these 3rd and manageable. They got these big hogs up front that have 50 pounds on Sam Houston State's defensive line.
They feed it to Gibson. Big hole up the middle. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. "13-yard touchdown run for Gibson. First rushing touchdown scored by someone other than Arch Manning for this Texas team this season.
Being without their top 2 running backs, C.J. Baxter and Wisner, they've had to rely on these guys. It's almost been like a baptism by fire. Jared Gibson gets into the end zone, right up the gut, exactly what we expected him to do.
And Mason Shipley comes on for the extra point. And he'll bang it home to make it 7-0 Longhorns. Their first opening drive touchdown this season, and Gibson caps off the 12-play drive. Twelve plays, 76 yards in 5.5 minutes for Texas. Steve Sarkisian is the play caller for the Horns. Very few head coaches still call their own game. We're seeing a couple here tonight. That is the first rushing touchdown besides Arch Manning's 3 for this Texas team. Gibson gets in to cap that drive. It didn't start out great. That ball was knocked in the air at the line on the first pass attempt by Manning, but landed incomplete, and they ended up going down the field and scoring. And another fair catch. Now Sam Houston will come out again. But all in all, opening drive for Texas, your estimation?
They scored, and that's all that matters, right? Your first drive against a lesser opponent, you should be able to score. I like that they came out aggressive. Arch just missed the first read. A little bit of inaccuracy early, but they got that run game going behind that offensive line. Really couldn't ask for a better start.
So now Sam Houston will start at the 25-yard line. 3rd year in the FBS for the Bearkats. Won 10 games last year. They have a new head coach and an almost entirely new roster. Elijah Green starts in the backfield to the left of Hunter Watson. And he will get the feed as Watson takes a hit. There's pressure coming off the edge. Colin Simmons was bearing down. You talked about him wanting to get more sacks. He was ready to level Watson, and he was able to get the ball away on the handoff for a 2-yard pickup.
Just a zone read. He's saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to run right at the mesh point, and I'm going to hit the quarterback if I got a free hit. But Colin Simmons, man, he's been everywhere on this film so far today. He's their most dangerous pass rusher right here. He wants to get after the passer. He wants to get the football out of the quarterback's hands. Coaches really want to see him take a jump this year after 9 sacks last year.
It's a rebuilt defensive line for Texas. Lost 4 players to the NFL. And you get the snap off. Watson sets in the pocket. His throw is off target. Good coverage by Jelani McDonald, who had an interception last week against UTEP for the Horns. And here's 3rd and long again for the Bearkats.
And talking to Coach Phil Longo, who's the head coach as well as the play caller, he really wanted to see Sam Houston State be more aggressive on 1st and 2nd down and stay ahead of the sticks. Right here, 3rd and long, 3rd and 8. Texas can pin their ears back and come to get you. Colin Simmons is in the middle of the formation. Watch him. They like to move him around a lot. Now he's on the other side.
3rd down and 8. Watson going to be tracked down from behind by Trey Moore. 2nd sack tonight for Texas, and it's 4th down.
But a play by Trey Moore. They look like they're going to bring 6 defenders right up the middle, and they end up just dropping out. Trey Moore right there. Okay, he's going to end up coming. Look at his outside move. They only rush 3. Colin Simmons is sort of spying the quarterback, their best pass rusher. But man, nice start for Texas defense.
So Duran from inside the 5. Lets it go. It should be decent field position to start this series for Texas as Niblett starts his return and gets it to the 40-yard line. Now Texas and Arch Manning coming back on offense, but how about the swagger of this Texas defense early in the year?
I feel like we've done enough with him to have a pretty good understanding of who he is as a player and what he's capable of. I know there's a lot of football in there that's high-level quality football.
A lot of quarterbacks and a lot of players who are hard themselves they want to be great. And it's frustrating because I know I'm better than this. I got to play better.
I told Arch before the season, you've never really been a quarterback until they boo you. He got booed in the first half. Now he can start playing.
Well, the numbers from the first 3 games, the numbers so far after one series, 4 of 6, 55 yards, led a touchdown drive. Says he's taking it one play at a time. Wanted to come out here tonight and let it rip, not overthink it.
Yeah, 3 of these first 6 throws have been behind the line of scrimmage.
He's going to go downfield this time. Caught at the 48 by Ryan Wingo. And that's a good connection. Wingo, a guy that Arch told us yesterday, he wants to get the ball to more.
Yeah, I mean, I think he needs 10 targets a game. He's got the makeup and the build of a top-tier receiver in the SEC. They got to get him the football more, but this is the field position that Coach Sark loves to take shots down the field. Love to get Wingo one-on-one with a safety here in the slot right here.
2nd and 1 from the 49. Manning. And shooting for Wingo again. A little out of his reach. Let's go down to Torrey.
Yeah, guys, Arch told us this week that before this season, he felt like he really hadn't done anything, and it was hard to step up and be a leader when you haven't really established yourself yet on the field. But Coach Sark told him, Arch, we need that leadership now. So he has had to step in and figure out how to be a leader early. And he told us it's easier to lead when things are going well. Not that things haven't gone well so far for them this season, but that's something that is on his mind, is how do you lead both in the good times and the bad times. One of the things he's done is talk to both his uncles and Colt McCoy this week.
Yeah, Colt McCoy, one of the few people he's listening to. He's done a pretty good job tuning out the rest of the noise. There are a few people he will let into his inner circle.
And that's what we talked about in the meeting with him. I said, hey, you got too many people trying to talk to you, but he did talk to Colt McCoy, the legendary Texas quarterback Colt McCoy. Said some really good things to him this week.
So after that quick injury timeout, it's Arch Manning taken off, and he's going to get the first down into plus territory. Jameer Diaz, the defensive end for Sam Houston, was able to get off the field after that prior play under his own power. So first down.
Rolling as the runner was down prior to losing possession. Results is a first down, Texas.
The ball came loose, and Jaden Scott did come up with the football, but on the field they ruled that Manning was down. Is this going to hang as the call? What do you think there, Chase?
Looks like he's down. He might be on top.
Prior to any foul, the play was stopped for review of the previous play. Timeout.
So the play is under review. Jaden Scott knocked it out, recovered it for Sam Houston, even though Manning was ruled down on the field. But they're going to review it. And while they do that, we're going to step aside here in Austin. Texas leading 7-0. Here's one more look before we go to commercial. You make the call at home. It's going to be first down, Texas. Call upheld on the field that Arch Manning was down. And I think they got this right.
Yeah.
And now Texas on the plus side of the field at the 48-yard line. Occasionally, we're going to see Ryan Niblett rotate in at running back. He lines up there, but now motions out as a receiver. 1st and 10, Texas, second series for the Horns. Over the middle, open receiver. There's Wingo again. And he'll back his way to the 30-yard line. Iman Allen made another tackle, but that's a gain of 18.
Now that's just letting it rip. Sam Houston State decides to go all-out pressure. They want to bring everyone. He hits Ryan Wingo on a slant route right behind it. 1, 2, 3. He's going to get hit. Stays in there. He's a big son of a gun. Delivers an absolute BB right in the chest for Ryan Wingo.
Brody Henderson, 6'5", 220, true freshman out of Oklahoma. Now right up on the pads of Manning. That ball on the sideline, hauled in by Parker Livingston. Redshirt freshman give Texas 4 more yards on the sideline.
Looked like an RPO right there. New center Connor Robertson. The snap was a little to his left, so it took Arch that way. Just a really nice job staying calm, throwing an out route to the field.
Back to the ground. Here's Gibson, already with a touchdown tonight. That's a 1st down carry. Takes it to the Sam Houston 15. 11 more for Gibson. You know, that's the one thing, Chase, you know, a positive that is coming out of these injuries to Wisner and Baxter. They're seeing a lot of young running backs. And Gibson again. Stiff arm, stays on his feet, and he's down to the 3. 1st down and goal to go, Longhorns.
Great effort right there by Gibson on the last 2 plays. You're going to see him around the right edge, keep his feet. And coaches told us, look, we don't even know about Gibson and Clark. We're trying to find out in real time from injuries from our number 1 and number 2 back. So they're getting a chance here, a sophomore and a redshirt freshman, to shine on the home crowd. And right now they're doing really well.
1st down carries on the last 3 totes for Gibson. He'll get it again. This time he's going to be stuffed and driven back. C.J. Johnson leading the parade, the Memphis transfer, and it'll be 2nd down.
C.J. Johnson just comes unblocked off the edge. They had a pulling tight end in their gap scheme run game. Completely miss him. Was able to get into the backfield. And this is, you know, Clay, we talked about it early in the game, but this is where Ryan Wingo, number 1, up here, he gets involved, and then Arch's legs. That's where they really come alive.
2nd down and goal. Moore goes in motion. And Manning keeps it himself. Cutting up, gets into the end zone, touchdown. Well, he has been a pretty good weapon in the red zone, and some taunting going on down there from Arch Manning. He better watch it. He's getting warned by Jason Autry, the lead official.
Showing that swagger. He is fired up, exactly what we thought he'd do down here in the red zone. He's a big player, man. He's all of 6'4", all of 220, and you can just see this raw emotion, like, let's go, let's go. Telling players this week in practice, I'm back. Nice job right there getting into the end zone.
Got to believe at times Arch Manning has had the weight of the world on his shoulders. He talked about it last week. He was booed by this crowd after throwing 10 straight incompletions.
He's going to come across right there. Receiver as well. And you're right, 10 straight incompletions to receivers. But nice job getting in for Arch Manning.
And you can see the confidence starting to come back.
He's fired up. Almost taunting. Surprised they didn't call it. Surprised they didn't get a flag, that home field advantage. This is what players all week talk to us about. He's got that swagger to him, Clay.
You can see Jason Autry reprimanding him. But you can understand it. It's an emotionally charged young man right now. 21 years old, facing adversity for the first time as a football player. You know, Sart was telling you and I that he thought the last few weeks are going to end up being a silver lining for Manning, as this one's kicked out of bounds. So a penalty on the kickoff by Mason Shipley. not about what happens to you, it's about how you handle it.
Kicking team. The ball will be placed at 35-yard line. First down.
So Sam Houston gets it at the 35 after the penalty. Let's go down to Torrey.
Well, Clay, the refs might not have loved that touchdown reaction from Arch, but his teammates sure did. He came to the sideline, and just about every single guy on this bench came and high-fived him or dabbed him up after that one. And it goes back to what they told us in practice this week. They love when Arch shows that swagger, and he certainly did that there.
Got to be careful, though.
Got a little excited.
45 seconds to go in the opening quarter. And Coco Brown will get his first carry of the game. Sophomore running back for the Bearcats picks up 2. I'm sure the fan base, though, likes to see it, too. The emotion, the raw emotion from Manning.
Look, I've been in that situation before where maybe you're in a little bit of slump. Maybe mechanically you're not throwing the football well, not getting the stats, not doing all this stuff. And then when you finally break through and score a touchdown, after every single person in the world in college football media has been talking about you, and you go out there and you score a touchdown, you sort of let them know.
Sam Houston's going to let the quarter expire, and that will bring us to the end of the first 15 minutes. The SEC on ESPN from Austin, Texas. Bevo came out fired up, so did the Horns. And how about Arch Manning's level of intensity tonight? It's 14 rip after 1. Sam Houston's ball to start the second quarter, 14-0 Texas. There's free safety Michael Taft. Horns leading tackler, second-team All-American last year, a former walk-on out of Austin Westlake High School. Talk about a great story of perseverance in his career. Oh, Watson's going to go down again. After that handoff, Elijah Green slammed for a loss of 4.
Going back to Taft, just an amazing story for this young man. Went to Westlake High School here in Austin, but he was a former walk-on to All-American last year, Clay. As a former undrafted guy in the NFL, the hard work, the sacrifice that it takes to become really good. And Sark even told us, hey, we've been trying to replace him with higher recruits. We just can't do it. He's the heart and soul of our team.
Says he goes all out for Texas. His play certainly says that. That's going to sail high. It was intended for Derek Bledsoe. And so another 4th down. So this will be the 3rd time Curtis Durant has been called off the sideline to punt. 3 3-and-outs as this Texas defense allowing just 245 yards per game coming into the night. Taft, a big reason for that. He's always around the football.
I told him in our production meeting, I said, hey, man, I like the way you play on film. He said, the way you see me on film tells my story. Hard nose, hard worker, does all the little things.
Yep. Penalty flag on this punt. It was fielded at the 21 by Niblett. And neither of these teams have had the kind of game I'm sure they would like as far as a cleanliness topic. I mean, both too many penalties so far.
Illegal motion, kicking team number 38. The penalty's 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, 4th down.
So they're going to punt it again.
Yeah, Texas, going back to the penalty problems, and I had to look this stat up. I wasn't even sure what it was, but they're the worst in penalty yard differential in FBS, meaning they have 180 yards of penalties called against them more than the other team. So, you know, last in the SEC in 3rd down, last in the SEC in red zone, worst in the country in penalty yard differential. Got to get right fast before this schedule. Bye week, Florida, Oklahoma.
High end over end kick. Niblett calling for the fair catch late and falls down at the 31-yard line. So Arch Manning tonight, 7 for 10 passing, 86 yards, has a rushing touchdown. And we have seen some raw emotion.
Yeah, and I think he's seen it really well. The accuracy on some of the throws, a little low, a little high, but you see right there, right? Probably should have been a taunting penalty, but I'm telling you, Clay, the sideline loves to see that. He's only a sophomore. You talked about his leadership within the game. Like, guys rally behind that. Your defense sees you go up there and do this, and you see him stretching his arms, been doing that between series. They love that. They'll go to war with you any single day.
First down, he's going to pitch it back to Niblett. Like we said, we're going to see a little bit of him as a conventional running back tonight. Gets 6 on that toss. You know, he's another one of those guys, number 21, Ryan Niblett, who they're just trying to get involved in the offense in unique ways. He's a Swiss Army knife. We just saw him in returns.
He does it all. He's a receiver. He's a running back. They can put him at quarterback if they need to run the football. A little trickery.
And around to Wingo. Behind a block. Gets across midfield. Trying to strip a tackler. Finally pulled down at the 30 by C.J. Brown. But there is that elite speed by Ryan Wingo. He's had a good night here so far. 34 yards on that burst.
You see Ryan Wingo right here. He's going to come across on a little reverse, a little trickery. You see the tight end out in front. And then this is a good way to get him the football, right? He's not getting the throws maybe in the pass game that you want, but you see this elite speed, sophomore, really young guy. As he goes, this offense goes.
Now Manning getting some heat from behind. He felt the pressure. Wobbling pass to a wide open Jordan Washington. The redshirt freshman tight end. Manning finds him wide open. A 32-yard hookup for the score.
What a throw by Arch Manning. He gets pressure, has the ability to move to his right, find Jordan Washington on this little sneak route that we'll show you. Right up the sideline, he moves, he's not in a clean pocket, the play goes on, and he's extremely accurate with the football on the move. That's a confidence builder right there, Clay.
And they did it quickly. 3 plays, 1 minute and 15 seconds, they're back in the end zone. And another extra point for Mason Shipley. And we've got a penalty flag on the extra point.
Illegal formation, kicking team, more than 4 players in the backfield. Number 51 was not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, remains the try.
It's Daniel Cruz, the lineman, lined up wrong. So Shipley will have to try again. But, you know, there's a good vibe on that sideline. You can feel it.
Sark told us this week, guys just need to have fun. We had fun in practice. We did more 1-versus-1s, good on good as they call it.
He's out Washington, you know, one of those many tight ends. It's a crowded tight end room. As they're trying to replace Gunnar Helm, who had all those catches last year. And Shipley, that one will count. And it's 21-0.
And look at this, just throws it. Perfect throw to Washington. And Arch, man, he is feeling it. Let's go.
Quick scoring drive for Texas to make it 21-0. 12:50 to go before half. Arch Manning, his first touchdown pass of the night. 7th of the year, also as a rushing touchdown so far. You can feel that confidence coming back. Preseason Heisman favorite.
Looks lively on the sideline.
First game under the lights as the starter here this year at Texas.
You can see this play right here. Jordan Washington is going to go on a shallow cross and up. This is the play of the year for college football. Arch Manning says, hey, it's not a clean pocket. Let me move up to the right and just wide open. I mean, just a great confidence building throw, but I like the awareness in the pocket to understand, hey, 74 lost on the block. I can feel it, eyes in the back of my head, and as you're moving toward the line of scrimmage, yes, he's wide open, but when you're in a slump and you're not throwing it well, you'll take anything. And then, look, just lively on the sideline. Looks like he's having fun.
Hunter Watson and Sam Houston. 3 3-and-outs, and on first down, Watson will slide short of the 30-yard line. It'll be second down and 7. Michael Taft, the aforementioned safety, right there for another tackle.
This is a suffocating Texas defense. Last year, they led the entire country in interceptions, 3rd in total defense, 3rd in scoring defense, and they picked up where they left off last year. Getting ready to go in the SEC play, it's really hard to get any type of yards against this defense.
Just 10 yards of offense for the Bearkats. And they're not going to get much here. A couple of yards for Coco Brown. And so it'll be 3rd and 5.
Talking to the coaches this week, their scheme on defense, it's simple. We want to get after the quarterback with 4 rushers only. It allows for our guys to play fast. They had 6 returning starters from that defense a year ago, and they really have picked up where they've left off. Anthony Hill Jr., stud, number 0, right in the middle of the defense. Haven't called his name tonight. He's right here. See him rush the passer here, get after him.
Worst 3rd down team in the country, Sam Houston. They run out of time again.
Win a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Phil Longo, most recently at Wisconsin, longtime offensive coordinator at some big programs. He was an assistant at Sam Houston. Glad to be back in Huntsville as the head coach now. But you got to believe that this inefficiency with this offense right now is killing him.
Yeah, absolutely. Hunter Watson coming back after a couple weeks off, and Longo coach Drake May and Sam Howell, sort of the quarterback whisperer.
3rd down and 10, and it is caught, but immediately Michael Taft there to take Chris Reed off his cleats. Reed gets 4, that's it, and it's 4th down again.
Michael Taft right in the middle of the field. He's sort of the robber in this Tampa 2 style defense. He's going to come up, throws his body around. Nice tackle right there. And we talked a lot about him, but this guy's the heart and soul, not only of this defense, but of this team as well. Talking to Sark, talking to all these coaches. I mean, I didn't hear one bad thing about this guy. Work ethic. First one in, last one out. Next level potential, NFL-wise, for sure.
Durand, his 4th punt tonight. Niblett's going to let it bounce. Takes a sideways hop to the 29-yard line. 42-yard punt for Curtis Durand. With 10:05 to go here in the first half. South Carolina, Kentucky volleyball coming up this week, 7 Eastern. Wednesday night, followed by Vanderbilt and number 2 Texas. Get to see the Longhorns on the court this Wednesday. Women's volleyball doubleheader for you on the SEC Network. Alongside Chase Daniel, former Missouri quarterback who had some great battles with Colt McCoy, who we've been talking about a little bit tonight. I'm Clay Matvick, Tori Petrie down on the field.
I lost them all, though, Clay. Why are you bringing up bad memories?
Because I like to put a stick in the cage once in a while. Down the field, wide open receiver, DeAndre Moore. Well, DeAndre Moore told you and I yesterday he wants this offense to get back to having fun. That's how you do it. He hooks up with Manning, a 38-yard strike.
Just an unbelievable throw right here. This is an NFL level throw, just going to come streaking across the middle of the field in single high zone, and he's able to layer this throw between the linebacker and the flat defender. Wow.
Now going with a little tempo. James Simon gets the carry for 4 yards.
And just going back to that last throw, I mean, look, he looks and he feels, Arch Manning, he feels like an NFL quarterback. And when you throw a football like that, like there's only so many guys in the country at this level that can layer that football. That's what Arch Manning can be. That's what the coaches want him to be. That's what Arch wants himself to be. And I love the fact that it's just 1, 2, 3 in rhythm, hitch up, throws a dart.
Big hole, Simon. He ran 17 times last week for 67 yards. He was the leading rusher. True freshman out of Shreveport, rips off 16.
Coaches really love him. They're just going to run a gap scheme. They're pulling the right guard and right tackle and just go straight through the teeth of that Sam Houston defense. Coaches told us dynamic threat, a make-you-miss type of guy. He brings explosiveness to the offense, which has been lacking in the first few weeks.
Already 123 rushing yards for Texas as a team. And with the struggles passing the football, first few weeks they've leaned on the run. They had 226 last week against UTEP. And another carry for Simon. Get a couple. You know, it's the second year in a row, Chase, that the running back room has been riddled with injuries. C.J. Baxter, Christian Clark missed 2024 because of injuries. Now Baxter and Wisner are hurt. We're hoping to get both of those guys back soon.
Look, and people want to put a lot of the problems of this Texas offense on Arch Manning. Well, you haven't really had your receiver room. You've had an inexperienced offensive line, and you've had your best 2 runners out, so you've had to carry your team. And so it's a little bit of everyone.
Manning flushed out of the pocket. Penalty flag comes in behind the play. And Manning skips toward the stick.
Holding. Offense number 73. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat second down.
And now the crowd getting a little uneasy again. You can hear them. Not happy with another penalty. That's on Brandon Baker, the right tackle. Penalty number 4 on the Horns.
Yeah, look, only 3 starts coming into this game. Coaches want to see him have trust and communication within the offensive line and the framework. And look at these career starts right here. 6 by Goodsby, like Connor, Straw, like Robertson. DJ Campbell is the one that's the leader up front. But this is a tough one on the right tackle, being his 4th start. Arch gets out of it, out of the pocket. You're moving to the right. You try not to hold. Your defenders move in, right? But just penalties remain an issue.
Manning and Corks to Moore again. And he'll get back to the 10-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down. They can pick up a 1st down inside the 5 at 3.
Tell you what, it's been good to have DeAndre Moore Jr. back. He brings another dynamic to this offense that's really been missing the first few weeks of the season. All these receivers, right, they lost some in the draft and just looking for guys to get going, and this dude's had a good game so far.
Manning standing clean in the pocket. Now he's going to step up, getting some heat from behind, and he's going to be dumped. Dropped at the 11-yard line by Chauncey Cheedy, the defensive end who came from the other side of the formation. No gain.
That's just what you call a coverage sack. There was nobody open down in the end zone, and we've mentioned it on the broadcast and really throughout the first 3 weeks of the season. That's where Arch Manning's legs come alive. And Sam Houston State right there, when the receivers are out of the pocket and out of the end zone and their quarterback gets out of the pocket, they teach to plaster, and they plastered all those guys.
Well, the penalty didn't help things for Texas. Now they're going to have to settle for a 29-yard field goal attempt for Mason Shipley. And that kick is up and good. Shipley perfect on the year on field goals. So the Horns get 3, and it's 24-0 in Austin. Well, Sam Houston's had quite a program, especially in recent years. Won the FCS national title during the COVID year of 2021. Then in July of that year, joined the WAC from the Southland Conference as they made the move to the FBS. That started in 2023, and now in their 3rd year, coming off a 10-win season that resulted in a New Orleans Bowl win last year. Casey Keeler decided to leave the program, decides to go to Philadelphia and coach the Temple Owls, and now Phil Longo is in charge. And you talked about him being a quarterback whisperer. He's had some good ones in recent memory.
This guy's playing really well right now. Tell you what, Drake May, he's fun to watch.
Third overall pick in 2024, the Patriots starter now. Phil Longo was actually Casey Keeler's quarterback at the Division III level as a player back in the day. And for more on Sam Houston, let's go down to Torrey.
Yeah, guys, we've seen quite a bit of running back Elijah Green on the Sam Houston offense today. Well, this kid has played with Longo before. He was at UNC when the coach was there. So when he came over to Sam Houston, he took on a little bit of a leadership role, helping guys learn this offense along with quarterback Mabry Matoyer, who was with Longo at Wisconsin. Now, Matoyer isn't playing today, but Green certainly is, so it helps to have that experience in the backfield.
No doubt about it. You mentioned Matoyer. He's out with post-concussion symptoms. Maybe on Smith-Mack, the top pass-catching wide receiver, trying to get something going with this offense. And that's Anthony Hill in there for a loss of 2. And this was almost a disaster for Sam Houston.
Oh my gosh. Woo. It's a passing yards right there. But Ethan Burke, I mean, he could have taken that out of midair back for a pick 6. He got lucky there.
5:20 to go before half. Sam Houston has had 4 3-and-outs. And they're looking at a 2nd and 12 here. Hunter Watson swings it out to the flat. This is Coco Brown, and he's going to be dumped at the original line of scrimmage by Anthony Hill, the junior All-American. You know, I know you think he's one of the best linebackers in the country.
Absolutely. Like, he moves sideline to sideline. He's a 3-down linebacker, got NFL potential. He's really got a nose for the football. He's always around it. He's that green dot, which means, hey, you wear the dot to listen to the coaches and call the defense. And rushing the passer right now. Let's see him, what he can do.
And 113 tackles last year did Hill. Doesn't seem possible. There aren't that many games. Now 3rd and 9. Throw. Nobody home. Penalty flag down. Anything on Smith-Mack was the intended target. And this is going to go against Sam Houston. This offense can't get it going.
Number 87. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a 4th down.
They're trying to run a little pick route right there, and Smith-Mack on this wheel route sort of just pushes over Mack. And yeah, you're going to call that every single time.
Not a lot of air in this air raid right now.
Gosh. Texas defense suffocating Sam Houston right now.
Niblett is going to see this bounce. More of a line drive kick that time from Durand. And it sets up at the 30-yard line. 44-yard punt. Texas on a beautiful night here in Austin, leading 24-0 over Sam Houston. SEC opener starts for Texas 2 weeks from now at Florida. They wanted to clean up some things tonight. The defense not really an issue the first 3 weeks, and certainly not so far tonight. Pete Kwiatkowski, finalist for the Broyles Award last year, as the top assistant in college football, doing a great job with that side of the football for Texas. They forced 5 3-and-outs for Sam Houston tonight. Here's Dalen McCutcheon, true freshman receiver out of Lucas, Texas, with another big play. That's 21 yards. It's a dozen plays now of 10 or more yards for Texas, as they were looking to be more explosive tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly what Coach told us. We want to be explosive. We want to be aggressive. We want to throw the football down the field. But when you can throw a bubble route to a true freshman with speed like that, that'll get your confidence up as a quarterback.
Manning gets it out quickly, and it's complete inside the 45-yard line to the 44. That's a gain of 5 for DeAndre Moore.
This is when he's best. RPO, one read throw. He's in rhythm. Feet are underneath him.
Here's Simon cutting it back. And that's going to be a first down run to the 35 for James Simon.
You know, a lot has been made over the first 3 weeks of the season of Arch Manning and his mechanics. And is it wrong? Is it right? We broke down every single throw the last 2 years. And yeah, there's some mechanical issues, but I think it starts between your ears. Mentally for him, just don't over prepare, right? You can almost have this paralysis by analysis mindset.
Fakes the handout to Simon, now fires it to him. Simon trying to stay on his feet, but they're going to rule him down at the 41-yard line. Jacob Robinson is going to get credit for the tackle. That's going to be a loss of 6. Negative play there for Texas.
What I mean by paralysis by analysis, sometimes as a quarterback, you can overthink and you can over prepare and you can just think about too much between the ears, and it inhibits you of playing fast. And that's what the coaching staff this week told us. Just play fast. Just worry about one play at a time. Mechanically, you can fix that. Quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, Sark, they're working on those things in practice, but it comes down to number 16 actually doing it in a game, and he's done so tonight.
2nd and 16. Low throw on that quick release to Niblett. Inside the 10, trying to get to the pylon. Tyler Bailey pushed him out short of the end zone. First down, goal to go from the 2 for Texas.
The Swiss Army knife, Ryan Niblett. Really good just turning 2 right there from Arch Manning, but the blocker's out front.
This is the 2-minute timeout of the first half.
Look at 52 out in front with Ryan Niblett, true sophomore out of Houston, Texas. Look at the speed right there by DJ Campbell, their most experienced offensive lineman, making a miss. We're in the 2-minute timeout. Come back and join us.
DKR Memorial Stadium, first night game of the year. Horns won't be back here until November 1st, believe it or not, against Vandy. First down, goal to go from the 2 after the 2-minute timeout. Handoff. Jarrett Gibson looking for his second touchdown of the night. He is going to be stonewalled up the middle, no gain. Brody Henderson with the stop for Sam Houston. And we've been looking at the red zone numbers for Texas after the first 3 games. Not very impressive tonight. Better.
Yeah, they're putting the ball in the end zone. Field goal as well, 67%. You know, we mentioned in the broadcast before, last in the SEC in red zone coming in.
Manning keeps it himself again. Another rushing touchdown. Second rushing touchdown of the night, 5th of the year for Arch.
And we mentioned it. This is where his legs come alive. This is an RPO. Rolling out to your right. Hey, he said nothing's there. He's a lot better runner, Clay, than people give him credit for. He's really fast. He's sneaky, athletic. He's able to get in for another touchdown. You see that this season, already 5 rushing touchdowns, 2 tonight.
And Shipley adds the point after 7 plays, 70 yards, 2:47. The time of the drive.
And if you're a quarterback struggling, you're just going to have an RPO where Jack Indries just comes across the formation. You're going to fake it to Jarrett Gibson. You can block the outside and he's covered. He takes it. Hey, you know what? Let me just take it in. You give the guy an option outside. You can throw it. You can hand it to the running back. You can run it in. And this is where Arch is his best. When he has one read, he makes a decision quickly. I've been impressed, Clay, tonight just with his decision making. It doesn't look like he's thinking out there. It looks like he's playing fast, and that's something that the coaches really wanted to see.
He's been carrying the weight of the Manning name on his shoulders. Not to mention the expectations of a Texas fan base. Those expectations are always high. It can't be easy. this will be another touchback. He represents the third generation of Mannings to play SEC football. Of course, he is the son of Cooper. Peyton and Eli are the uncles. Ellen, also a great athlete. And Arch now carrying on the family football name. And through the first 5 games, when you compare him to his grandfather and his 2 uncles, really the numbers not that bad.
Hey, 10 passing touchdowns. Only Eli has more on them.
Those numbers stack up.
Yeah.
That's Grandpa and the Unks.
That's awesome.
Watson swings it out to Coco Brown for Sam Houston. Good catch and run. Boy, he's plowed under, though, at the 33-yard line by Ty Anthony Smith, weak side linebacker. Folks around here told us pregame that Smith plays with his hair on fire. That was a good hit.
The true sophomore. This is a really young defense, really young team in general, and they're playing a lot of guys, and coaching staff was excited to see him fly around tonight.
2nd down and 2. Hey, that's a first down for Sam Houston. First down, and it comes with 1 minute and 11 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll stop the clock to move the chains, as we do under 2 minutes in each half. And that's got to feel good for Sam Houston just ahead of halftime to get something positive for this offense.
Absolutely. Come away with some points here. Feel better about the first half a little bit.
Hunter Watson, 9-4 is the starter over the last couple of years. Gets it to Coco Brown again. That's going to be a short pickup. 45 seconds to go in the half.
It's Grayson Littleton on the tackle. The guy reminds me of like an Earl Thomas, dude, true freshman. Interception, a pass breakup this year. Really like him at the star position.
Another swing play to Brown. That's a first down into Texas territory for the first time. Gain of 13 for Brown, sophomore from Denton, Texas.
This is a good test for this Texas defense to hold them out of field goal range.
20 seconds to go in the half. Watson pumps, tucks, runs to the near sideline. And he's going to scamper out at the 42 to stop the clock with a dozen seconds left. Leonga Lafau, the weak side linebacker, angled him out.
Interesting decision by Sam Houston not to call one of their 3 timeouts on the last play to just make sure you had the right play here. But look, you can go anywhere on the field right here. And Texas defense, if I'm them, you're playing some type of tight zone coverage. Sam Houston showing empty, some quick game. Need about 10 more yards for a field goal attempt.
Watson has time, and it's juggled and dropped. Chris Reed, former Utah Ute, couldn't haul it in. And 7 seconds to go. You mentioned field goal kicker R.J. Lopez. He's got a decent leg, but they're certainly outside of his range now as they call a timeout. Lopez has a long of 40 this year, a former Bruin from UCLA. Like you said, they would like to get something on the board before half.
Yeah, I mean, you really need 10 to 11 yards to try and get some points, which, you know, haven't gotten any tonight. Got 50 yards of total offense, and they probably have 40 of them on this drive. A lot of quick throws, outflanking Texas's defense, but I'm looking at the defense in Texas, right? You guys have been playing a great game so far. You have 7 seconds left in the half. Like, why not man up and say, hey, you're not going to throw these quick screens.
Please reset the game clock to 8 seconds, 8 seconds. The previous play out of bounds ended with 8 seconds remaining.
You're going to have to go right through the teeth of this defense, bring pressure.
Thank you.
Well, Sam Houston has 8 seconds now. They put a second back on. Yeah. So is there enough time now to run a play and still get the field goal unit set up?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're Sam Houston State, you want to make sure and run quick game, which means you have one hitch to get the football out of your hands. If you're Hunter Watson, and you see here Texas doing exactly what I thought they would, just all across the board, press man-to-man coverage. They know it's got to be quick.
Texas has called their first time out of the half.
And Texas counters with a timeout. As it looks like Sam Houston is going to try and run a play here. R.J. Lopez, his career long is 47 yards. Right now it would be like a 57, 58-yard field goal attempt.
Yeah, so the 30-yard line's there marked, and they put 3 receivers, Clay, into the boundary right there. They want to run all these receivers to the sideline, even though the middle of the field is wide open because you do have 2 timeouts left. But I would imagine if you're Texas, you're coming out here again and you're playing press man-to-man. You're not going to get these easy completions. Texas knows. They've scouted. They know that 47-yard field goal attempt is R.J. Lopez's career long. So this is a big drive, really, for Sam Houston State, but also Texas. You want to keep the shutout.
Or pitch the shutout in the first half, for sure. That's what the crowd wants, too.
Looks like they switched to zone coverage now down here. Watch these 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen all going out.
Watson looking to the sideline. There's that quick pass you were talking about, and it is incomplete. 5 seconds to go, and it'll be 4th down, and here comes Lopez. And that kicking unit, I believe, or are they going to keep him on the sideline?
Throw a Hail Mary, right? This is too long.
Really on the field, it's an incomplete pass, 4th down.
No, they are going to keep Watson out there. So this will be the last play of the half, most likely.
We were always in favor on defense, as I was a part of, blitzing the Hail Mary, not to give Hunter Watson any time. See if they do it right here, and they do.
Pressure. Watson throws a launch to the end zone, and it is intercepted by Jelani McDonald.
What a play.
Couple of interceptions last week, 1 to end the half this week, and it's McDonald.
That's a 50-inch vertical right there, Clay. Oh my gosh, he got to the sky.
His 2nd interception in 2 weeks, the junior from Waco. And that's how the half. First night game of the season. DKR, and it's 31-0 at the half. Texas leading Sam Houston. And of course, Texas will be on bye next week, and then the SEC gauntlet starts. So they wanted to clean some things up here this week. He's Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matt. Victoria Petrie down on the sideline. Everyone expects us to talk about Arch right away here at the halftime break. We're going to throw you a curveball. We're going to talk defense. Yeah. This defense for Texas is elite. I mean, completely manhandling Sam Houston in the first half. Just 9 yards of offense on the ground for the Bearkats.
I mean, 50 total yards, too, and that's what, the defensive coordinator told us, Coach PK, as we like to call him. We have to be elite at taking the football over and also not allowing these guys to get any yards. I mean, this is the most suffocating defense that we've seen Texas have this year. Even going back to Ohio State, they only allowed 200 total yards. So they really do a good job taking the football away while not doing too much of other stuff and letting their guys play fast.
Well, Arch Manning needed a emotional support game, and he's getting that here so far tonight as we cut to the chase and look at his first half.
Yeah, right here, just the legs come alive in the red zone. You see him standing over him, taunting a little bit. Was not called a penalty, but the players love that. And then the step up in the pocket. You find Washington wide open for a touchdown. He's fired up. He's having fun. And then I think, Clay, this is his best throw of the year. Threads the needle between 2 defenders to Moore Jr., and then more legs in the red zone and an RPO, single read type night for him. He's had himself a night so far.
Here's our Arch watch. First 3 games, you can see he was completing 55%. Much better tonight. Well over 200 yards through the air. Has a touchdown. And you think back to the way this game could have started. The first pass attempt that he had tipped up in the air, nearly picked off by the Sam Houston defense. It wasn't. They end up going down on a scoring drive of 75 yards, and everything has been just peachy keen since then for Arch in Texas. Second half starts in just a moment. Welcome back to the SEC. on ESPN. Humid night in Austin, Texas, but it's been a good one for Longhorns fans. 31-0, leading in-state Sam Houston. 8th-ranked Texas facing a team from Conference USA for their second week in a row. 24-0 all-time are the Longhorns against CUSA. Beat UTEP last week. That was a much tighter game than this one is turning out to be. Texas is going to have the football to start the third quarter. And this is returnable for Ryan Niblett. Across the 10, 15, gets to the 20, and driven down at the 25. Let's go down to Tori Petrie.
Clay, I caught up with Coach Longo at the half, and he says he feels like his issue is that they just aren't making good pre-snap decisions. He says when you're playing a team as good as this one, you've just got to play smarter football. Over here on the Texas sideline, though, I've been down here all night, and I can tell you this sideline is absolutely energized. They are loving how this game is going for them.
I bet. Sark is, I'm sure, mostly pleased. He'll nitpick it for sure. Come tomorrow, but as it's going right now, pretty good. So first play from scrimmage for Arch Manning, and he wants to throw. Unloads, and it's caught by Livingston. Parker Livingston stays on his feet and gets close to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 15. That's his third catch tonight.
Yeah, and Arch showing a little bit of power in the pocket, drives that ball in a little curl route.
10 straight completions for Manning going back to last half, and it's going to be a false start.
False start, offense number 74. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Trevor Gooseby, the left tackle.
Those penalties remain an issue, and going back to Arch, Clay, right? Like, surprised he came out to start the second half, if I'm being honest, but you'd imagine if they put a good drive together here, Sark's probably going to let him throw it, get into some rhythm, go out on a high note, maybe see some of the backups after this drive. If they can go down and score.
Strong run for Christian Clark. One of the running backs getting extended looks with Wisner and Baxter out. That's a gain of 12.
Look at this offensive line right here. We're just going to go Bulls on parade. Everyone to the right. Nice little outside zone. Put your foot in the ground.
Going deep, looking for Wingo. He's got it. Touchdown. Manning taking a shot to his favorite target, Ryan Wingo. 53-yard touchdown pass. That's what a lot of people wanted to see in this building.
I was just about to say that. Texas fans are on their feet everywhere. He's been extremely accurate throwing the football down the field. We talked about Ryan Wingo earlier in the game. He is their explosive guy that they wanted to get going, and boy, oh boy, did they ever on that deep throw.
Wingo had a fourth quarter touchdown connection last week with Manning, and you kind of felt like at that point that was maybe the sign that those two are starting to get things together. We're seeing more of it here in this game.
Yeah, and Ryan Wingo, elite speed. He's the one that coaches tell us is the really fast guy. You're just going to go to the middle of the field on a post. This play-action game that Sark talked with Tori on. You're reading that free safety, and I'm telling you, Clay, he missed this throw last week versus UTEP. Exactly this throw, a post route. He leads him perfectly up the field. He missed this throw by 5 yards last week. This is getting better. This is the Arch Manning that he himself knows who he is.
Let's go down to Tori.
Guys, after that touchdown, Arch and Wingo found each other on the sidelines, and Arch gave Wingo a little bit of a circle hand motion as if to say, let's do that again.
You had a lot of favorite receivers over your long college and pro career, and you just know when that connection is starting to work.
And it wasn't working the first 3 weeks. There was stuff that was open down the field with Ryan Wingo, and you could see the frustration mounting. This has got to feel really good for both Ryan Wingo and Arch Manning, who now has 4 total touchdowns.
Was it Macklin was your guy at Missouri?
Jeremy
Macklin.
Chase Kaufman, Martin Rucker, Denario Alexander.
And that's special when you feel that chemistry coming on. Confidence is a big thing too. It's a dangerous thing for opponents when guys have their confidence going.
You almost want to be downright cocky. Like some of the best quarterbacks in college football just know they're going to make that throw. The between the ears, we talked about it a lot on this broadcast. That's everything for a quarterback. When you can get that confidence going, it's a good thing.
Hunter Watson and the Sam Houston offense. It's been anemic tonight. Coco Brown is going to be dumped behind the line by Colin Simmons, as this defense continues to just be punishing, stifling Sam Houston. That's a loss of 3. You know, right away, first week of the season, you hold Ohio State to 203 yards of offense. But this unit's going to be special. Brown catches it in the backfield, cuts it up. Leonga Lafau angles him out. It's a gain of 7. They'll bring up 3rd down and medium.
Sort of been the one play that has worked today for Sam Houston is a little bubble screen outflanking Texas's defense. But right now, a big 3rd down. Really, Texas got all their starters in. They're just playing man-to-man coverage across the board. Sam Houston's got to get a man beater up. We got 3 guys on the left side of the center to pass rush.
He converted once on 3rd down all night. Tipped, incomplete. 4th down is Trey Moore. Good pressure there for Texas.
And you know, coming into this game, Texas really hasn't blitzed a whole lot. It's been completely different this first half and first drive of this 3rd quarter so far. You got to imagine they're trying to put some stuff on tape that they don't normally do. I know they're on bye week next week, but they got Florida and Oklahoma, and it's working really well for them. Sam Houston just sort of caught off guard.
Sam Houston with an interesting formation for that punt. Texas was wary of a potential fake Niblet. Such a dangerous return man. Stopped short of the 30-yard line. And another penalty.
Illegal formation, kicking team.
Yeah.
Number 45 was not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 4th down.
They were trying to throw Texas off, and what they ended up doing was throwing themselves off. The formation looks screwy, and it's another penalty on Sam Houston.
And you know, always wondered if you're at home why they're choosing to re-kick the football. Well, the punting team just ran about 70 yards down the field. So re-kicking it, they have to run 70 more yards down the field. And you got a fresh returner out there. It's a better chance for a return. They've done this twice so far this game.
And Ryan Niblet is the kind of guy who can do just that. Very explosive. We've seen him a couple of big plays tonight on offense. He's got some room to work with. He's going to take it sideways at the 25. Gets to the 40, gets to the 45. There he goes. One man to beat, and the kicker got him. Niblet knocked down at the 25 of Sam Houston by the punter, Curtis Durant. Ryan Niblet. You called it, Chase.
That's why
they gassed Sam Houston after the penalty. Made him kick it again, and this is the result.
And he has about 15 yards of free space in front of him. Look, there's no one even on the screen. And then they set up the wall, the Texas wall, to the right. And I mean, Ryan Niblet, 5'11", 187 pounds, out of Houston, Texas. And you called him the Swiss Army knife. And that's exactly what he is. He plays running back, he plays receiver, he's returner, all this stuff.
49-yard punt return. An excellent starting field position for this drive for Texas.
Arch is back out there.
And they're going to run it with Christian Clark. The run game has been dominant tonight, especially on early downs. We've seen Texas do a good job too tonight, getting some deep shots. Last series resulting in a big touchdown pass.
Exactly what Coach Sark wanted to see. Right now, Arch Manning's 5 of 5, 154 yards and 2 touchdowns on throws 15 yards or more. You could say coming into this game, that was probably where they struggled the most, Clay.
You see how he started and what he's done since. He has completed his last 11 throws. You'll remember last week, there was a point in the middle of the game where he had 10 incompletions in a row.
I mean, just watching this film compared to last week, and I know the competition, whatever, it looks like a completely different quarterback.
Play fake. Dump it out short. That's Jordan Washington, who had a touchdown in the first half. We'll get a handful. Tokyo Gordon, the linebacker, brings him down. Second down.
Love getting these tight ends involved, especially down here in the red zone, but just going back to Arch, like he just rhythm in the pocket's been really well, and Jack Indries, the transfer from Cal, is their top threat.
To the end zone, Wingo. Touchdown, Texas. Second touchdown for Ryan Wingo.
I think it's safe to say, Clay, Ryan Wingo is back. Touchdowns on the last 2 possessions. They've got their guy. It's got to feel good for this young man, sophomore out of St. Louis, to get finally some action. 2 touchdowns already in this game. This is going to build confidence, like you were saying earlier, Clay, with their connection.
Shipley's extra point, 4 plays, 25 yards in under a minute and a half. Wingo's second touchdown catch. And now Arch with 3 touchdown passes tonight. Sark loves him. $45-0. As Arch Manning has completed his last 13 passes, which includes 3 touchdowns. The last 2 to Ryan Wingo. And this is a guy that is breathing a sigh of relief right now. Arch Manning, after a lot of criticism for his play over the first 3 weeks. Some of it deserved, but maybe some of it not, too.
Yeah, it's still early in the year. He's still an early, like, starter-wise guy, right? You want to make sure that don't overdo it, but he was definitely the lead on all the talk shows in the country this week for sure.
Texas, the preseason #1. Manning was the preseason Heisman favorite. The only team to make each of the last 2 college football playoffs. The expectations so high. And despite everything, all the goals for this team can still be met.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, the goal here at Texas is to win and play in college football playoff. They want to win national championships. Been to the last 2 college football playoffs, and play like that on offense. Never know.
Hunter Watson fires to the sideline. That's complete on first down. I believe that's going to be a first down for Sam Houston. And that is a rare move of the chains for the Bearcats on one play. It has been a tough night against this Texas defense.
Yeah, there's head coach Phil Longo, and he's trying to get some type of points on the board to avoid the goose egg, but the Texas defense is still rolling with some of their starters out there as well.
A little over 10 minutes to go here in the third. Hunter Watson back after a shoulder injury that kept him out of the Hawaii game. Complete again. It's caught by Jerry and Parker, his first touch tonight. The running backs for the Bearcats, a pickup of 5. You know, you and I were talking to Phil Longo this week, and of course, Phil was offensive coordinator at Ole Miss for a time. And Shea Patterson was still the quarterback for the Rebs. He was recruiting Arch Manning back in those days. Offered him a scholarship, too, when he was in middle school.
7th grade, right? Look at that.
That's how early you got to start with some of these star players. Anthony Hill wrapping up Watson. A couple yards, it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, and Longo, you know, quarterback whisper, this air raid, and hasn't gone their way this year. The defense has really struggled, giving up over 37 points in every single game this year. And, you know, they'll look up for him, but Hunter Watson, just quarterback, I know he's coming back from injury, just really hasn't looked himself right. Texas defense has played well, but not the runner that I thought he would be tonight.
Watson will give it to Parker on 3rd and 2, and he's not going to get there. Cole Brevard, big nose tackle who was honorable mention All Big Ten last year at Purdue, gets in there for the stop. So it's 4th down again. And with nothing to lose near midfield, they're going to keep the offense out there.
Yeah, and short yardage defense is where Texas shines. You got a lot of really big defensive tackles right there. Love to see they get the ball on the perimeter here on 4th down. That's where they've had the most success against this Texas defense.
Oh my, hit in the backfield. Brad Spence got to Parker quick as a hiccup, loss of 2, turnover on downs.
He just comes unblocked. Right there, man. Golly. This unbelievable play right there by Spence. Trying to run sideways. Texas up 45-0.
We've been on Arch Watch tonight, and so far he's checking a lot of boxes in a positive way, especially hooking up with his explosive receivers.
Yeah, I mean, he's finding guys open down the middle of the field, deep. He just looks a lot more in rhythm, on time. The ball is coming out of his hands where, and then you see with Sark, he's pumped, he's fired up. You can just tell, like, man, that's the weight of the world falling off of his shoulders. And tonight, 320 total yards, really high completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
And he's also run for 2 touchdowns. But Matthew Caldwell is in now at quarterback as Arch's night is presumably over. And Jared Gibson gets the carry. Matthew Caldwell, a senior out of Auburn, Alabama. Transfer from Troy. This is his 4th program. He's been at Jacksonville State, Gardner-Webb, Troy, and now Texas.
They really like this guy. They feel like if something were to happen, he'd step in and do a really fine job.
Handoff at the middle there. Jared Gibson. And no gain, 3rd down.
These are really important reps for a backup quarterback. You never know what's going to happen. It's a long season. I think we have 8 SEC games left out of the last 9, so you want to get your guys some reps. These are really important reps for not only the backup, but the coaching staff as well to figure out, hey, what does our backup quarterback do well?
We're going to see him throw here. He dumps it off short. That's going to be a 1st down catch for Amari Winston. Another true freshman tight end. They are really excited about his receiving skills. They get him open there for a gain of 13.
He's what they call the H tight end, so he's the receiving tight end in Texas's offense. And, you know, like you said, true freshman, 6'1", 240 pounds.
They've had some really good receiving tight ends here in recent years. We talked about Gunnar Helm and all the catches he had last year. Before that, Jatavion Sanders. Both of those guys have gone on to bigger and better things in the NFL. Caldwell with that handoff. Gibson again. So we talked about the running back situation for Texas. Like I mentioned before, Trey Wisner, C.J. Baxter, they're hoping to have healthy in time for the brunt of the SEC season. But what you've seen from Clark, Gibson, James Simon, well, they certainly have some depth at that position.
Yeah, absolutely. And these guys are getting a really good opportunity to put it on tape. Last week they, according to coaches, missed some of their holes, and this week looks to be running more downhill.
2nd and 9. Bouncing out is Simon. Good vision, but he is chased down, stretched to the sideline. That's going to be a loss of 2. Caleb Holloway, the outside linebacker, making the stop. Here's another 3rd down coming up for Matthew Caldwell in this Texas offense, as Arch Manning has put in a really good night of work. And now the backup quarterback is in.
Yeah, my favorite player, the backup quarterback. Let's see if they're going to let him sling the rock right here.
Played 14 years in the NFL, primarily as a backup. Yeah. Not a bad gig.
Yeah, healthy.
Caldwell stands, throws, tipped, and incomplete.
Oh, he had him open.
Through the hands of Aaron Butler. Redshirt freshman receiver from California. 4th down.
Oh, the throw had some hot sauce on it right there, Clay. They're running a double post concept. He's going to want that one back. A little bit of nerves, though, even though it's 45-0. Quick look at this play. A little bit behind them. They're running post in the middle, and Butler gets his hands on it, but it's not an accurate throw.
38-yard attempt for Shipley has been really solid this year. Out of the hold of Jack Bomeister, the punter, who's had a really easy night tonight. We have not called Bomeister's name except for that hold. Under 5 minutes to go. Sark and Texas pouring it on. Hollywood actor Glenn Powell here, a lifelong Texas fan, leading Texas fight moments ago. Listen to this, it'll give you chills. Man, what an atmosphere.
Hey, let's go. Gave me some chills, and they're up, what, 48-0?
And the conference portion of the schedule hasn't even started yet, and in fact it won't here at DKR until November. Quirk in the schedule. And they don't have another home game here, a true home game, until the Vandy game on November the 1st. Of course, they've got the Red River Shootout with Oklahoma in a couple of weeks. In a few weeks, I should say, in Dallas. 48-0. Arch Manning feeling really good, I have to believe, about his efforts tonight. 3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards through the air, a couple of touchdown runs. Looked good in the red zone tonight.
Well, we said in the open, right? Turning point game for him. He wants to go into bye week feeling good about himself before that stretch, and I'd say so.
Just 70 yards of offense for Sam Houston against this defense. And some of the reserves are in now for Texas on this side of the ball, and that's a big pickup for Grady O'Neal, the slot receiver. 21 yards. It's one of the biggest plays. It is the biggest play of the night for Sam Houston.
If you're Texas defense right now, you're saying don't give up the shutout. They got a lot of backups in, a lot of third stringers in. Sort of their Super Bowl might be the only time they get to play. They're locked in.
First down. Run it with Brown. And that's read well. 6 tackles for loss for the Texas defense tonight, which ties a season high. They were dialed in right from the opening series.
Yeah.
Forced a lot of early 3-and-outs. This offense has just been unable to find any kind of rhythm.
Yeah, and Anthony Smith, the guy with his hair on fire, with another tackle. This is a good game. Number 26 for them. Figures to be in the rotation at linebacker when SEC play starts.
And that'll begin in 2 weeks in Gainesville. Texas has not played in Gainesville since December the 7th, 1940. Fumble. Watson able to recover. Loss of 5 on that play. And it's been that kind of night for the Bearcats.
Yeah, sure has. I don't know if they haven't made it into the red zone yet. I don't know how many times they've crossed the 50, but this drive is going back right here. Texas defense can hold.
0 for 8 on 3rd down. Horns rush 3, and they still flush Watson out of the pocket. He's going to try to run, gets to midfield and takes a shoulder on the sideline. And some words being exchanged on that sideline. Just like a borderline late hit there by Littleton.
Yeah.
But no flag.
Could have gone either way. See Littleton just run him down. This is the guy I said reminds me of Earl Thomas. That's not a late hit. Still at a foot in bounds, and that's what you want to do on the sideline. You can take a shot at the quarterback legally, do it.
So Niblett back to return another punt. He had a 45-yard punt return earlier tonight. High end-over-end kick by Durand. And it's Moff. Niblett able to get it back on the high bounce inside the 10. Glenn Powell is here, and Tori's looking forward to this interview. Let's go down to Tori.
Guys, I'm down here with Texas fan Glenn Powell. Glenn, you went to the Ohio State game. Now you're at this one. What's the difference in the Texas team you've seen in those 2 games?
It feels like a totally different team right now. You know, obviously we're here in Austin, Texas. I love the swagger. I love how Arch is going toe-to-toe with everyone out there. You can feel just a different energy in the stadium.
You bring up Arch. We have to talk about him. We've talked about him this entire broadcast. What are your thoughts on who he can be for Texas football?
Look, at the end of the day, they have the physical prowess to take on anyone. And I think it's just a mental game at this point. And what's really been amazing to watch tonight, it's a great turning point for the Texas team.
How about that connection with Ryan Wingo? 2 straight touchdowns to him. I think we'll see more of that this season. What do you think?
Ryan Wingo down the straight all day, all season. I'm excited about it. Yeah, it's amazing to watch that connection. It was something I was really looking forward to in preseason, and now to watch it in action, it's like amazing to see. It's awesome. It's about to get real.
Certainly a highlight of this game. Another highlight of this game, Arch Manning's rushing touchdown. That first one there, kind of stared down a defender. Got a little bit of a reprimand from the refs, but what did you think of that play?
Look, I got to say, I just produced a show with Peyton and Eli, who don't have legs, and to see Arch, who does, it's a great thing. It's satisfying for the whole world.
Did you trash talk them a little bit about their nephew?
Yeah, he's up there right now. Eli's up there right now. We've been talking it up the whole game.
I love it. I love it. All right, you said that you live here in Austin. You're planning to come to more Texas games this season. So what is your prediction for how Texas pans out this year?
Look, I mean, I've been a Texas fan my whole life. My grandparents went here. My parents went here. Cousins, sisters. So it's like I've grown up a fan my whole life. There's a magic around this team. On both sides of the ball, I think everybody's really ready for something great.
All right, 48-0 right now. What's the final score going to be?
I think we keep this pace. It's going to get real ugly. I like it.
Thanks so much, Glenn.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Glenn Powell.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
One of the best movies I've seen.
Well, you know what? If he were going to write a script about the kind of game that Arch Manning needed to have here tonight, I think that the script would play out kind of like what we've seen here.
Did he say Eli Manning?
He's in the house.
Was in the building?
He's in the house, keeping a low profile, apparently.
Yeah, you can't write a better script.
Oh! Matthew Caldwell taking off. Great fake handoff. The backup quarterback on his feet. All the way to the 21-yard line. Matthew Caldwell, transferred in from Troy this year with the final play of the third quarter. And it's a 61-yard run on the fake.
Just a zone read right there and showing off his wheels. The backup quarterback, Matthew Caldwell, he impressed some people with that run. I didn't think he was going to make it.
Glenn Powell loves it. Hook 'em Horns, all Texas, here tonight in Austin. This drone show here at DKR is fantastic. Fans eating it up with a spoon. Again, first night game of the season here. And it has been all Texas from the opening kickoff.
Isn't it crazy how they can do that with drones? It looks fake.
It's amazing. It does.
They just press a button and it does that.
48-0 as we start the fourth quarter. Matthew Caldwell, the backup quarterback for the Horns, with a run of 50 yards on the play that ended the third. That is a loss of 2 to start the fourth. As Christian Clark is brought down. Been very few negative plays tonight for the Texas offense.
They've stayed on track from really after the first play when it got tipped. And haven't looked back since. This is easily, I know, the opponent, their best offensive output of the year.
Caldwell slant route that is caught. Butler. He's making an impression here in the second half. Gets it to the 8-yard line. A gain of 17 for Aaron Butler.
So deep at skill position Texas is, right? This NIL stuff, you just can buy players, and their depth is excellent.
Clark takes a hit on the right side and leans ahead to the 5-yard line. This defense probably was exactly what the doctor ordered for Arch Manning. Ranked near the bottom of the FBS in every category coming into the night. With that said, it's still an FBS defense.
Yeah, and you want to be able to execute at a high level. You know, Coach Sark told us in meetings, we don't care about the opponent. We want to go out there and play our plays. They took shots down the field. Offensive line, I thought, for the most part, played really well.
Touchdown, Texas. Christian Clark. That's got to feel good for Clark, making his way back from a torn Achilles he had last year, kept him out of the entire season. He suffered that injury in training camp. He was crestfallen, and he was expected to get quite a bit of work last year. Never happened, and now he's being called on here because of other injuries in that Texas running back room.
Yeah, super happy for him. You can see his teammates. You can always tell about a player how your teammates greet you coming off the field. That was awesome right there. But I mean, Texas has ran the ball 34 times for almost 240 yards and 4 touchdowns. And coming into the game, this offensive line, we said, hey, we're not run blocking as well as we want, and it's the get right.
Now they're getting right. Clark tacks on another touchdown. It's now 54-0 Horns. Some of the best mariachi music in the world north of the border. Right here in Austin, Texas. 55-0 Horns. We had some good food last night at Matt's El Rancho. They had a lot of mariachi music playing last night as we were enjoying our meal.
A Bob's dip.
Really good food in this town. He's Chase Daniel on Clay. Matt Victori Petrie down on the sideline. And Sam Houston's going to have another touchback to start at the 25. You were the Big 12 Player of the Year back in the day, 2007. And, you know, you put up some pretty good numbers at Missouri. And, you know, you played toe-to-toe with Texas. Colt McCoy was the quarterback.
Oh, no, not
for the Horns. Here's your one appearance in this building. Back in 2008, number 11 Missouri at number 1 Texas. And it was a 35-0 lead for Texas at halftime. But hold on to yourself. Here comes Chase Daniel and Mizzou coming back, but not coming back far enough. 56-31 was the final. What else do you remember from that game?
Well, I remember that I need to have facial hair moving forward always, because no beard chase is not good.
It's quite a shootout.
Yeah, we got our butts whooped.
650 yards of offense combined through the air.
Texas was really good that year.
You guys were really good in 2007 and 2008 as Watson slides ahead for a gain of 9. You got on the cover of Sports Illustrated one year, and of course you were invited to New York. You were a finalist for the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
Some great moments in your career.
Yeah, we had fun. Seems like so long ago. You know, we went with Tim Tebow, Colt Brennan, and Darren McFadden. College football people know those names, and what a fun experience to be up in New York and to have the whole Mizzou contingent with us and to represent them. And yeah, got the #1 in the nation that year too. Couldn't quite pull it off.
There's 4 first downs for Sam Houston, trying to pick one up here on 3rd and short. Coco Brown got the handoff. A flag. Could be a face mask here.
Face mask. Defense number 14. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run, includes an automatic first down.
So just the 5th first down now. And this one comes via the penalty.
Got good eyes. How'd you see that?
The great Dave Kelly helping out, as he always does. You know, we were talking about Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
And you had a nice conversation with him on the phone today about what he told Arch Manning and what he hoped to see tonight. You think he's been satisfied?
Yeah. I think you need to start talking to Colt McCoy before every game. And, you know, was able to talk with Colt today and just get a little inside information on what was said. And it was really just the fact, Texas defense stops him right here, that, you know, the pressure that you face as a quarterback for the University of Texas, right? Colt, he came right after probably one of the greatest quarterbacks in college football history in Vince Young. Vince Young obviously got Texas to that national championship, and you know, Colt and Arch just talked about, hey, what it's like to be a Texas quarterback, what goes into it. You know, the pressure on Arch he's used to it. He grew up around it. I think it's just mental sometimes with him, and he got over that mental roadblock tonight with a great performance.
2nd down, Watson over the middle, had a receiver wide open. It goes right through the hands of Grady O'Neal, who followed Phil Longo from Madison, Wisconsin. He was a Badger last year. One thing you and I noticed in talking to Arch yesterday, and we talked to him for probably a half an hour. He was very upfront about, you know, his play and how he felt he was going to turn it around starting tonight. He's got thick skin. Yeah. You know, nothing seems to bother him. You know, and you'll admit it hasn't been easy, but you can tell he has a really good countenance.
And he's got a short memory, and I think that's really what is needed to play quarterback at this level.
Watson airing it out, sideline, and that's going to drift out of play.
And you really just want to, you know, it's really called the next play mentality. And Coach Sark told us about it, and I know Arch knows it too, but whether it's a good play or a bad play, just move on, right? And I think at times this year, Arch maybe would overthink some things if he missed something or mechanically he wasn't right. And, you know, that's just pressure. And you're going to have pressure as a starting quarterback for the University of Texas. But going through these low points and working through it and figuring it out, that's where real growth is.
It's going to be fair caught by Dalen McCutcheon, a true freshman who's in now fielding punts. Arch Manning's night has been long over. This game has been long over, but we still have plenty to talk about, especially Chase. He likes to talk.
Welcome back to Austin. Hey guys, I've been down here on the field all game, and now it is time for Bevo to get a little bit of a treat for the Longhorns. Hard work. He's getting his new favorite treat, watermelon. They just figured out that Bevo loves watermelon, and every time they bring it out, he is just absolutely waiting for them to feed it to him. It's been a good night for him.
Tori, bring some of that up here for Chase. He's been dehydrated since the opening kickoff. He's been complaining about the heat and humidity up here.
And Bevo both.
Yeah.
I have 4 water bottles up here that have been drank. Watermelon, by the way, hydrates you. Bring it on up, Tori.
It sure does.
I'll be right up.
He is a good-looking steer. Bevo.
2,100 pounds, they said.
2,100. That's not counting the horns or counting the horns. I suppose they put them on the scale with the horns. You can't take them off.
I would imagine, Clay, that they
that's a dumb question.
That they put the horns back on Bevo.
That was a dumb question.
To weigh them. At least, but I think it's Bevo 15, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Good looking animal.
One of the few live mascots in college football, right? He's nodding his head. Those horns are big.
Matthew Caldwell at quarterback. A 50-yard run on his first series. Hands off here. Going to bring up third down as Clark gets another carry. So the rushing attack tonight for Texas, 238 yards. They've had 7 total ball carriers. Yeah, Gibson's been pretty good, 11 carries, 53 yards and a touchdown. Manning before he left, a couple of touchdowns in the red zone. Jamie French, 4-star recruit in the class of 2025 with his first catch tonight. Gain of 5.
They came in 9th in the SEC in rushing yards per game at 182 yards. And if they can run the football like this against SEC opponents, really protect Arch, get that receiving group going. And even Sark told us, like, hey, like with a defense like this, right, Clay, we don't have to be hitting on all cylinders right now.
We don't have to be perfect. It's obviously the goal, the expectation, get as close to perfect as they can. But, you know, this defense is giving them a lot of latitude right now as Clark takes off for another good run.
Great word, latitude.
Yeah.
It's true, though, right? Like, veteran defense, and, you know, I've been a part of some teams where there's not a lot of offense coming back. It takes some time to gel. You always want a good defense back, right? Like, you know you're not having to score 40 points a game. It takes the pressure off of you. Of course, you're going to have your own pressure, and Coach Sark is one of the great offensive minds of the game, but you just need to stay with it. It'll come.
James Simon, the carry for the true freshman. Steve Sarkisian. This is year 5 now. He's taken Texas to the last 2 college football playoffs. Of course, they were the preseason #1 team coming into 2025. And in the loss at the Horseshoe to the now #1 team in the country, Ohio State, at the end of the year, provided that they keep winning games, get things cleaned up, it's not going to hurt them as far as their goals.
Not at all, especially how it's set up in today's college football playoff, right? The new expanded model, and I mean, they're about to go through a gauntlet of SEC teams, and you know, they're going to get tested. They really haven't been tested this year outside of Ohio State, but still good to put it on film, get a bye week, get the kinks ironed out.
Malik Lockett, true freshman receiver who Sark thinks is going to have a bright future. Drop for a loss on that play.
You know, this is one of the few programs around the country that is run like an NFL program. They had 12 guys, Clay, 12 guys drafted last year. It's just an abundance of talent consistently. Obviously, they almost have a blank check. They can buy whoever they want, but it's the coaching at the end of the day that matters. It's the development.
And Texas is going to call a timeout.
Texas has called their first time out of the half.
Elsewhere in the SEC today and tonight, Miami, #4 in the country, leading Florida with about 4 minutes to go in that game. It's 19-7 right now. That is Texas's next opponent in the swamp, Florida. Oklahoma, who they will see in the Red River Shootout in a few weeks. Big win today over Auburn, 24-17, and there you see the other scores, including
Missouri.
that Missouri win.
Big win at home.
Fighting Tigers.
Sellers was playing.
Fighting Chase Daniels. Deep shot. And it's going to land incomplete for Caldwell. And it's 4th down. And 9 consecutive scoring drives tonight for Texas. That streak ends now.
Wow.
As they're going to run the punting unit out. Here's the Texas schedule. We talk about Florida. We talk about Oklahoma. John Mateer Looked pretty good again today. Then at Kentucky, at Mississippi State. They're on the road, but certainly winnable games. They're back home here at DKR for their next home game, their next true home game, November 1st. They don't play here at all in October.
Yeah.
And then the schedule pretty daunting in November.
Florida, really good defense, only giving up 4 touchdowns all year long. And then Mateer, the quarterback for Oklahoma, sort of the Heisman hopeful. So 2 really tough games after this bye week. We'll know a lot more about Arch and this defense and how they're going to be playing, you know, because they're getting to the teeth of the schedule quickly.
So Florida, you think about this, you have to go exactly a year to the day before Pearl Harbor for the last time that Texas went to Gainesville for a college football game. Jeez. December 7th, 1940. December 7th of 41 is Pearl Harbor Day. And they whooped them last year at DKR. Quinn Ewers was absolutely on fire. He had 5 touchdowns.
Wow. Yeah, you know, this is, I think the Florida defense is a little bit better than last year. And you know, DJ Lagway struggled at times this year. But if they can play offensively somewhat of how they've played tonight with the consistency, the efficiency, running the football, they're going to play good defense. We know that. Those are the keys to success if Texas wants to make a run at this thing.
Just 106 yards of total offense for Sam Houston. And Watson is going to be sacked. Lance Jackson, another true freshman. You talk about young talent. That is the 3rd sack tonight for the Horns defense. I mean, they've got it in droves. It's almost an embarrassment of riches as far as true freshman talent on this roster.
They have 4 true freshmen on the defensive side of the ball that play a lot of snaps, right? Grayson Littleton, I think, has got a chance to be really good, but Lance Jackson, 6'5", 254. I mean, they just throw these guys left and right from Texarkana.
So Texas will get it back, chance to run out the clock. Watson trying to pick up that first down, well short of the line to gain. Dylan Burke had been flagged here.
Personal foul, offense number 85, illegal blindside block. 15-yard penalty from this spot of the foul. Remains 3rd down.
Dylan Burke, true freshman tight end. Well, after the game, head over to the SEC Network for a complete recap of all of the games we've been talking about here in Week 4. Don't miss SEC Football Final presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors tonight on the SEC Network. So Chase Daniel and Torrey Petrie on Playmatic. Final 6 minutes here in Austin. 3rd and 19 after the penalty. Shane Porter in at running back now for the Bearkats. Transfer from North Texas. Watson hit, ball comes out. Loose football, who's got it? It's recovered by Porter. Well, that is one thing that, you know, Sam Houston has pretty much avoided tonight. Colossal mistakes as far as turnovers, but here was another opportunity for Texas. As Smith Orogbo came in off the edge and popped that one loose.
Nice job by him just going after the football. Got all sorts of pass rushers on that side of the ball. It's unbelievable.
Punt from the end zone and not a good one. It's going to take a good Bearcats roll, though, inside the Longhorns side of the field. And it'll lay dead at the 47. With 4:45 to go. Steve Sarkisian mentioned to us yesterday that he really wanted to see KJ Lacey, the freshman quarterback from Alabama, get some reps tonight if he could help it. We'll see if that's the case here. But Look at this, the last 2 seasons. These are the 50-point games that Texas has been able to collect. This will be the first of 2025.
Sark still angry about some substitution issues. He's coaching till it hits 0.
And it will be KJ Lacey at quarterback. Alabama's Mr. Football last year, 4-star recruit. Give him an easy play on first down. Hand off to Christian Clark. KJ Lacey, the number 2 passer in state history in the state of Alabama. They are really liking what they are seeing since he came to the 40 acres. They know he's got a lot of arm talent.
Yeah, they really like him. I mean, a lot. Like he's 6 foot, so you know the other 2 guys, Arch Manning 6'4", Matthew Caldwell 6'4", but he could really move around in the pocket. Maybe not prototypical size, but you know, he's a true freshman. Anytime you can get some play time as a true freshman, you love it.
Clark, good run. Flag comes in from the secondary. It's a first down run for Clark. And a man is down.
Holding. Offense number 35. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
So the play is going to come back. A man down here for Sam Houston. And in a game like this late, you really hate to see somebody down on the field, and that's the case here for the Bearkats. Trying to get an ID. That is A.J. Sargent, big nose tackle. Senior out of Peoria, Illinois. Sam Houston, their next game is going to be on a Thursday night, October the 2nd, at New Mexico State, as weekday CUSA games start in October. They're not playing any home games this year in Huntsville. They've been playing in Houston at Shell Energy Stadium while their stadium at home is being renovated. Bowers Stadium getting a facelift. They're excited about the improvements there.
Looks like he's all right. You never want to see injuries this late in the game, like you were saying. Testing out his shoulder strength right there.
And this is going to be a false start. Well, this tends to happen.
Offense number 7. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
And a lot of second and third stringers in there, and they lack cohesiveness.
Penalties just remain a problem. Came in last or worse in the FBS and penalty yard differential. Things going to step up.
Another run for Clark. Overall, the offensive line, I think we have to go back to the first half, what you saw before halftime from the O-line for Texas tonight, to give an accurate assessment, because that's when the game was still being, contested. O-line coach, offensive coordinator Kyle Flood, he was looking for cleaner play. He was looking for more push up front. Do you think Texas saw that tonight?
Yeah, absolutely, in the run game. And I think coming in, just studying it, that's sort of where they struggled. Nice throw.
Lacey, a bullet.
And that's sort of where they struggled coming into the game. Right, Arch Manning was only sacked 2 times coming into this game, and I don't know if he was sacked 1 time only tonight, so 3 times on the year. But watching it on film, the pass pro's there, and they want to be able to grind it out. Sark doesn't love to run the football; he'd rather throw it. But this year, he's taken on the approach with an inexperienced offensive line, an inexperienced, quarterback, and Arch to just take some pressure off of them. And those big uglies up front, when they hear run, man, they're excited about it. So I thought run blocking, they were great. Oh my. Another penalty.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
And this is the kind of stuff, Clay, it's going to drive Coach Sarkisian wildly angry. It's going to keep him up at night, even though in a 55-0 blowout. The small details. He told us the small details are what matters.
Jack Baumeister, who could have sat most of this game in a rocking chair on the sideline, punting for the second time in 2 consecutive series.
Where do you come up with this stuff?
Drops it inside the 5, and it's going to bounce into the end zone. Homeister has a very strong leg. Transfer from Utah. Well, get all of ESPN College Football in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock with the ESPN Unlimited plan or log in with your TV provider. He's Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matt. Victoria Petrie's been on the sideline watching Bevo scarf down watermelon.
She never brought it up here.
No, she didn't. Man, we had a good eating time here in Austin the last couple of days. We went to Terry Black's Barbecue yesterday for lunch, and then Matt's El Rancho for dinner. I'm gonna have to get some antacid before I go to the airport in the morning.
You mean all that cheese dip you ate?
Yeah, I did a pretty good number.
We hit the spots though, didn't we?
It was a good day.
Austin.
Yesterday.
My sister went to UT. I spent a lot of time here as a kid. I don't remember them having that good of food.
It's fantastic. Trying to throw on the run. Watson gets bumped there after he slides down, but they're not going to throw the flag, and that's a good thing. 2-minute timeout.
This is the 2-minute timeout of the second half.
We'll be back in a minute.
The College Football Playoff begins December 19th and concludes with the National Championship January 19th on ESPN.
Texas has played for that championship the last 2 years, making each of the last 2 college football playoffs. And advancing to the semifinals. Texas ready to go to 3-1. And at 59 left. Watson knocks it off in the flat, that is caught. And just a 1-yard gain as this defense has been outstanding tonight. Raphael Lawton makes that catch, but Texas has allowed 108 yards of offense tonight. The lowest amount of yards allowed under Steve Sarkisian. 111 yards against ULM last year. Oh. So they have a chance to do better than that tonight. And a couple of plays probably.
Stop right here.
That might blow that out of the water. Watson, good run, gets to the 40, 1st down and more. Hunter Watson tonight, 13 of 24 passing, 86 yards. The pass game pretty much non-existent beyond 5 yards. A lot of stuff to the flat. Screen passes, but just nothing downfield for Sam Houston.
Yeah, it's just Texas just playing bully ball, just manning up across the board, saying we're better than you. It's been a tough go tonight for Sam Houston.
And that's incomplete. Smith-Mack, the intended receiver. Conference USA, Sam Houston competes in that league. Delaware and Missouri State joining that conference this season, moving to the FBS. UTEP, who Texas played last week, leaving for the Mountain West next year as Conference USA continues to get redone. Sam Houston hoping to get through this non-conference schedule and have better luck once league play gets underway in earnest. And that's going to be a loss. Sarkisian. Brady Sarkisian.
Hey. Let's go.
That'll make Sark happy. The boy getting in for a loss.
Yeah. Look at him. Look at him.
They're putting Sark on the Jumbotron.
Oh, Dad loves it, man.
That's the 9th tackle for loss for Texas tonight. We didn't have Brady on our depth chart. We had to look to the roster.
Good pull by you.
Oh, and another one. Brad Spence again. Boy, he's had a good night, and that's going to be the final play. This is the kind of night Texas fans were hungry for. Yeah, it's against a winless Sam Houston team, but A win's a win. Arch Manning played well. The defense was outstanding again tonight. And Steve Sarkisian and the boys will go into the bye week 3-1 and get ready for SEC play.
Yeah, the story of the night, without a doubt, is Arch Manning right here. It's been his night on the ground, in the air. You see him right here, going to taunt. Got that swagger about him. Moving up in the pocket right here. Nice pocket movement, nice throw to his tight end, and then he's just fired up. Like, you just see the rhythm, and then this one I thought was his best throw of the year. Just an absolute bullet between two defenders on the run to Moore Jr., and then he's getting into the end zone again. 5 total touchdowns on the night to Arch, and here it is to Wingo as well. I mean, this was an absolute dime. Drop it down the chimney. Presents from Santa Claus, and there, Arch Manning. It's like a different dude, man.
309 yards through the air. I mean, the efficiency, 18 of 21, 3 passing touchdowns. Also ran for a couple of touchdowns. He looked much more confident, especially in the red zone. Let's go down to Torrey.
Guys, I'm down here with Ryan Wingo and Arch Manning. Guys, what a game for this offense. There was so much talk this week about wanting to get in an offensive flow and have more fun. What was working tonight?
Yeah, it took us a few weeks to get the rhythm, but finally got the ball to this guy, so it was fun tonight.
Ryan, speaking of getting the ball to you, that deep pass to you, what did you see on that play?
I just knew he was going to give me the ball. I just got to be in the right spot, and I knew he was going to be able to get it to me.
Arch, we talked so much this week about how you wanted to get this guy involved and how important that would be tonight. What kind of confidence does that give you when you finally get him involved?
Yeah, I know the type of playmaker he is. Just got to get him the ball and let him get to work.
We saw a lot of motion from you tonight. Why did that come out tonight?
I don't know, I think it was a little built-up frustration, so it was kind of fun to let it out.
Speaking of fun, you wanted to have more fun this week. How did you feel on the field?
Felt great. It felt like we had a lot of fun as an offense and as a team in general, so got to keep it going into Florida.
Ryan, you head into a bye week now. What kind of confidence does it give you guys to be able to end this first couple weeks of the season on a win, on a dominant performance as you head into your bye before SEC play?
Yeah, I think we got to keep stacking. Everybody get their bodies right, and then go into Florida with the same mindset we had coming into this week.
I got to ask you about this guy's emotion tonight. What did it mean to you guys as teammates to see him have that?
Yeah, I think, like I said, he our leader. So whenever he got that juice, got that, like you said, that emotion, it give it to all of us. And I feel like y'all kind of got to see that today.
Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thanks, Torrey. Well, Arch will be making his first career road start in the SEC in a couple of weeks when they go to the Swamp.
Hey, yeah, I mean, the dude played well. Weight of the world on his shoulders. The Manning family name, all that. He came through tonight in a big way.
55-0 Texas over Sam Houston. For Chase Daniel, Torrey Petrie, and our entire SEC Network College Football team, I'm Clay Matvick saying so long from Austin.